Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Mike Ekobadia. Here are our top stories. Nigerian First Lady calls for unity at Delta Homecoming event. INEC reschedules 2027 general election to January and February. MTN Nigeria reports 5.2 trillion naira revenue, highlights economic impact. India and Israel pledge stronger cooperation on trade and defense. And on sports, Edo oust Bayelsa to win Niger Delta Games title. Now to the news in full. Nigerian First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on Nigerians to embrace unity beyond ethnic and religious divides during a homecoming visit to Warri Kingdom in Delta State. Senator Oluremi, whose maternal root traced to the Shekiri Kingdom, was received at the palace of the Ogiame at Tuashedited in a grand ceremony attended by Governor Sheriff Obodiwori, former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, lawmakers and traditional rulers, including the Oni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwusi. The Olu of Warri conferred on her the honorary title of Utakpa Orise, meaning bearer of light and prosperity. The First Lady described the visit as a proud homecoming and announced a 50 million naira empowerment package for 1,000 women traders under her Renewed Hope initiative. Alongside plans to support youths in collaboration with the Delta State government, the Ogiame acknowledged and appreciated the presence of Her Excellency, traditional rulers, and dignitaries present.
Your Excellency, Senator Remi Tinubu, CONROI, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Elder Sheriff Obodiwori, the Governor of Delta State, and his lovely wife, Her Excellency, the Senator representing Delta South. You're welcome. The representative, Warri Federal Constituency, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, my fellow royal fathers, led by Arole Odua Oni Kabesi, and the Dane of Agbo. All other protocols duly observed. Your Excellency, you are most welcome, not just to Warri Kingdom, but to your very home. Your Excellency, you are the first individual in the history of our kingdom to have the honor of being a recipient of both a chieftaincy title.
But today is a day of joy, a day of great rejoicing. And I want to thank Ogiame for the title he bestowed on me. They had to rewrite the constitution, and I think you have to step down some to accommodate me, because the Shekiri title, you have to renounce other titles, but they had to bend the rules for me and gave me the best title that I can ever think of, Atukpa Orishe. Ogiame, mo dúpẹ́ o. Mo dúpẹ́ gbẹ́rẹ́, mo dúpẹ́ bí ìyòlú, mo dúpẹ́ bí àyàrẹ̀kẹ́rẹ̀, olórí, mo dúpẹ́.
Governor Obodiwori also praised her record of public service and reaffirmed the state's support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reforms, while highlighting ongoing infrastructure projects in Warri. The visit marks the First Lady's third official trip to Delta State in 2 years. The federal government says Nigeria is ready for the establishment of state police once the necessary legal framework is in place. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, stated this during a meeting in Abuja, saying President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to decentralized policing and has urged the National Assembly to enact supporting legislation to make it possible. Idris said state police will strengthen security and improve response to Nigerian evolving security challenges. He also stressed the need to modernize crisis communication system, proposing initiatives such as Tower Iwada has announced a 100 million naira research grant for Akwa Ibom State University to boost innovation and economic development. In a statement signed by his media aide, Abimbola Tuki, Iwada said the fund will support high-impact research in areas such as climate adoption, flood modeling, offshore oil optimization, sustainable fisheries, and renewable energy. He also pledged to facilitate partnership with institutions in the United States to help establish a keeping millions of Nigerians connected, while encouraging investors to participate in the country or company's long-term growth as part of its contribution to local wealth creation. Still talking business, analysts has backed the decision of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria to cut the benchmark interest rate by 50 basis points to 26.5%. The move, announced after the MPC's first meeting of 2026, follows 11 consecutive months of easing inflation now and improve external reserves. The committee said the adjustment signals policy normalization while maintaining a tight monetary stance. Economic experts, including those at the Coronation Merchant Bank and the Capital Market Academies of Nigeria, described the court as cautious and credibility focused rather than the start of aggressive easing. They warned that a faster rate reduction could undermine inflation gains and destabilize the exchange rate. Analysts noted that the real interest rate remained high, indicating that monetary policy is still restrictive, with further cuts likely to depend on sustained inflation. Will take news around the world as much as we'll take also sport news. Join us. Don't
miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. Nice to know you're still there. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to strengthen cooperation on defense technology and move forward with a free trade agreement as Modi wrapped up a two-day visit to Jerusalem. At a joint news conference, the leaders said they would expand cooperation in areas such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and emerging technologies, signing more than a dozen bilateral agreements. They also agreed to deepen cooperation on horizon scanning to track global trends in technology and the economy. Israel announced it would allow 50,000 additional Indian workers into the country to fill jobs in construction and caregiving. Modi's visit has drawn criticism at home amid ongoing tension over Israel's war in Gaza, but both leaders reaffirmed their strategic partnership and condemned acts of terrorism while expressing support for efforts towards a ceasefire. South African presidency has ordered an independent inquiry into Iran's participation in naval exercise off Cape Town early this year, following reports that President Cyril Ramaphosa's directive to block the deployment was not fully implemented. The investigation will be conducted by a three-judge panel tasked with examining the circumstances surrounding Iran's involvement in the Chinese-led exercise Wheel of the Peace 2026, which also included Russia and other BRICS members. Ramaphosa has reportedly instructed that Iranian warship be withdrawn from the drills, though it remains unclear to what extent they participated. The presidency said the panel will determine who was responsible for failing to observe the order and recommend appropriate action. The commission had been given 1 month to classify information, with findings kept confidential for national security reasons, though the president may choose to release the recommendations. Away from that, now to sporting news. Edo's team, Team Edo, has won the second edition of the Niger Delta Games, finishing top at the competition held at the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium in Benin, Edo State. The host state secured 52 gold, 34 silver, and 25 bronze medals to claim the first place ahead of Delta State, which finished second, and defending champions Bayelsa, who came a distant third. Other participating states include Akwa Ibom, Abia, Cross River, Ondo, Rivers, and Imo. Also participated in various sporting events. Delta State dominated the relay races, winning 3 of the 4 finals. Now, beyond sports, the games featured a cultural night where Ondo State won the dancing competition. Organizers and officials praised the event as a platform for unity and talent development across the Niger Delta region.